So this is Sunlitt. Sunlitt is available for the mobile device and the macOS device. Okay, so it is available on iPhone, iPad, and on a Mac, right? So this is on a Mac Studio right now. It'll work on a laptop as well, but Sunlitt is designed to give you a very clear view of where you're photographing, when you're photographing, how the shadows will look, and a few other things, okay? As an example, here is an area. This is a scene, or a location rather, where I will be photographing a surprise proposal. This is the campus of Princeton University in Princeton, New Jersey. And this is called East Pine Hall. It is a building, as obviously, on campus. And the main road is up here of where I'd be parking. Hopefully I get a really good spot that day. And I'd be walking down a path that's actually under these trees. And I would make my way to one of two archways. There's two archways here, one right here and one right here. And I will be hiding right there, waiting for my couple, who is one's going to propose to the other, to walk through the archway, get to the middle here, and then I will go to the archway and photograph the couple with the other archway and the statue and the trees and everything in the distance. That's the proposal shot, right? So I figured out exactly what I'm doing. I can switch the map to be the shadow map, okay? And again, now I can see the street up here. I see the pathway I'm going to be walking, and I can see exactly where I will be hiding. I'll probably be in the archway, actually. And I can see where the sun is going to be on any given day, okay? Now, right now, it defaults to today, right now. It is telling me today that first light is at 6:20 a.m. Now, I know that the proposal is actually on November 30th. So I'm going to switch the date to November 30th. Now, I also know that it's at 1 p.m. I can switch the time here, which it's already set for 1 p.m., or I can actually go to the right side of this. And again, what you on the Mac is exactly how it works on a phone or a tablet as well. So it's amazing how like identical they are. If you can figure it out on the Mac, you can figure it out on the phone and vice versa. Okay. So I can go and I can scrub up and down and I can see how the shadows are changing based on where the sun is and all that stuff. So I can go to exactly 1 p.m. and I could see that at exactly 1 p.m., the sun is going to be shining down and the shadow is going to be up here, which means I want the client to be in the middle and I want the shadows behind them over on this side. So that way I'm not seeing a shadow in front of them for the proposal. I'd rather the shadow behind than in front, okay? What is really cool about this is it allows me to not only identify the location I want by just changing the map type. So again, I'm on shadow map. There's reliefs version. So here's reliefs version. And there's also the satellite version. So this actually, I believe it actually comes from Apple Maps. If you're familiar with the look of Apple Maps, it's the same exact map. But yeah, so I think it even says, does it say Apple Maps? I believe it does somewhere. Maybe on the iPhone version is where it says Apple Maps, but I'm pretty sure it says it somewhere. Now, it is giving me, again, I am currently set for the right date and time of what I want, November 30th, 1 p.m. I am good to go there. It is telling me the blue hour, which I don't need to worry about for that because it is going to be a midday thing. Telling me the sunrise, again, I don't need it for this specific thing. I can see all of the different information based on that exact day. Solar noon is right before the actual proposal happens. I will be getting there and positioning myself around the time of the solar noon. So I'm going to experience the most amount of heat and sun that we will experience that day. Now, golden hour is 3:51. This is getting closer to winter time. The sun goes down faster. We will be done by then. We're going to be walking around. This is where probably the proposal is going to happen. My client has two choices, and I'm thinking this is what he's going to do first. I know where I want to be. I know how I can tell the client which way to walk because I can see the path when I switch it back to the shadow map view. You don't see the trees at that point. I can tell them exactly where I will be, the timing we have. We could even look at different things like the twilights. We could look at the equinoxes. I can give them the coordinates of the exact spot. I can grab everything I need to from here and help plan it. What I have done already is I have actually done a video showing the client exactly where I want to be to hide and what direction I want him to walk, how I want him to come down here and then come in through this archway and go to the center. I've already shared all this with him. And what is great is when I get there that day, I could open it up on my phone. And I can go right here and I can save. I can add this as a favorite. And then I can open up on my phone, which I will do right now. So on my phone, I can have it open as well. You can see here's East Pine Hall, right? It matches. If I was to move this over, you'll see the architecture actually matches. We could zoom in. We could really configure everything how we need to. And I could even do a augmented reality, and I can actually go in place and identify the shadows in the sun right from my phone. So you can see here, I can pull up the same information that would wind up being on the desktop. And again, I could switch the date and make sure that it is running the same date and time that I need it to be. And you can see, here we go. It now matches perfectly. Let's just make the phone a little bigger. There we go. Here is Sunlitt. I'm on location. And if I turn, it's pointing exactly where the sun is. If I hit this augmented reality button, there's the sun. It's pretty darn close. Right? I'm going to go into where I'm going to be hiding. And I'm going to change it to 1 p.m. Perfect shadows right now. Again, it's pointing right where the sun is. And I know I'm going to be right here. And my clients are going to be right in the center there. I will actually have a camera clipped to my hat as well, so maybe I'll get some behind the scenes footage of that from that perspective as well. The other thing is that there is an Apple Vision Pro version, so if you have an Apple Vision Pro, you could use that. And there's also an Apple Watch app, like companion app that works alongside this app. So I'm going to be messing around with that. And that might be something for another video to show how useful that is. But I thought it was important to show you just how I plan itself, how I actually plan a proposal or another type of job, but I primarily do proposals, how I plan these using Sunlitt, right? There's a lot of different apps that you could use to plan your photo sessions. And I have used so many of them, and each one has its pros and cons. But what it comes down to is simplicity and the ease and how fast you can be to plan. And so far, although there is another that I've used for years, I have found that Sunlitt has been the easiest to use of them all for this specific purpose, right? The other app that I use on a regular basis does a lot of other things. Sunlitt has a specific task and goal in mind, and it's really good at it. So I wanted to show you another one. So I've got a property right in front of me, a building that I'm doing another proposal. I'm in a different location, actually the following day from the previous one. And so the sun is actually, it's up there. I'll show you with augmented reality in a second, but it's an overcast day. So this is not going to be very sunny. However, if I go to augmented reality, so that's the structure. Sun is right there. It's pretty darn accurate, right? It's telling me where the sun is. And if I go to the property, we'll actually see they're going to be here at 11. So if I just pull up there, so let's say 11:02. Sun's going to be right there, right? And I know that I'm going to be good on shadow from this perspective. They're going to be right here in front of that door. So I will be hiding behind a bunch of cars that are behind me.